I've been up for a little while now. My room's a wreck. Haven't had any time or energy to even think about cleaning it, but so this morning I'm staying home from work because I have an appointment with the surgeon who put in my feeding tube. The stoma, which is the hole that the tube comes out of, is extremely aggravated and it has granulation tissue growing on it. Granulation tissue is basically tissue, it's your body trying to heal itself, so it's tissue forming and growing around the tube. So technically it's healthy that it's doing that because my body's healing, but it can be very painful. It bleeds really easily. It's this, it's kind of like, it can be pink or like red, and it's just like fleshy, and it's just really sore. And you know, I use a lot of stuff to try and do my best to keep it clean. You know, I clean it at least twice a day, just soap and water, and you know, I take a Q-tip and I get in there and I make sure that it's as dry as possible. There's even a few different products that I use. Like Camoceptin lotion is something that really helps the skin right around it so it doesn't get irritated. But right now, with so much granulation tissue, it's really hard to use the Camoceptin lotion. We've been using a topical lidocaine to help with some of the irritation and the pain that it causes me. And then besides that, there's something called Stomahesive powder. When I get back from the surgeon, I'll show you guys. I have them downstairs packed up in my little tube kit thing. So, but yeah, the Stomahesive powder, like, you put it on there and it basically is a powder that'll soak up any moisture or liquid that comes out. And it does leak bile. It's really gross, but yeah, it's just, you know, you just gotta try and keep it dry. I think the biggest issue is because it's the dangler type of feeding tube, and so it causes a lot of like friction and tension around the stoma because it's heavy. It dangles, that's why it's called the dangler. What was I saying? Yeah, so I'm gonna go see the surgeon. I have that appointment later. Not really sure what to expect, to be honest. You know, I've been reading different things like, you know, using silver nitrate where it like burns it off, which that sounds really painful. So I don't know, I've never had that done. I have to ask the doctor and the surgeon and see what he says, basically, and hopefully they can help me. It's just really uncomfortable, and I feel like I can't really do anything. Like bending over hurts, just like sitting in certain positions hurt, and you know, I feel like I can't even wear my Tubie pads because I don't feel like they soak up enough of the moisture and the leakage, green goopy stuff. I've had to be using just gauze, which is fine, but I have to use a lot of tape, and then the tape irritates your skin, and it's just, if it's not one thing, it's another, right? So anyways, I will update you guys when we get back. Okay. I completely forgot to update everybody yesterday when I got back from my doctor appointment, so my bad on that. But first things first, new leggings. Pac-Man. Aren't they cute? Yeah, my room is still a mess, my bad. Anyway, so yesterday I had my appointment with the surgeon. Well, it was supposed to be with the surgeon that placed my feeding tube, but it was actually just the nurse practitioner. She was really nice. She thought, you know, the granulated tissue, even though it is painful and it is annoying, she wasn't really too concerned about it because it is technically healthy, like I mentioned before. But what she is worried about is I have a lot of leakage of like the green goopy stuff, and so she's worried that it could be infected. So she started me on some antibiotics. So I'm taking those for the next 10 days, and then I have to go back, and that's when I'll see the surgeon who actually placed the tube. And we're hoping that by then, you know, the leakage has cleared up a little bit, and, you know, then we can address the granulated tissue. Also, something that the nurse practitioner noticed is that there's a lot of space around my tube, which means I need a bigger tube. So, you know, it's probably because of the dangler, like I mentioned before. It, you know, is constantly pulling and it gets tugged sometimes, and it's constantly causing friction, and so it's moved around, and so yeah, my stoma is too big for the tube now. So once the infection is cleared up and I go back and I talk to them, we're going to discuss replacing the tube for a bigger size. And the reason we're not just automatically going to do that is obviously because I could have an infection already. Second is because I was already on track to get my replacement in March. So since that's going to happen anyway, we're trying to stay on track with that schedule. And by schedule, you have to get your tube replaced every 3 months. You can't just keep those tubes in there because, I mean, they get old, of course. So, and also what I'm really excited about is I asked her if I could get something called a button, but it's this low profile, it's a GJ tube. So I'll still have the same functionalities of what this tube gives me. It's literally like this tiny little button. So it's very low profile. It doesn't dangle out of your stomach, you know. It doesn't poke out of shirts if you like wear like tight fitting shirts. I mean, I'll have to learn how to do the feeds and everything and flushing, because that's going to be different. You have to get like extension sets and things like that, so I'm definitely going to do some research more into that, but I was just happy that she said that they could do it and we could bring it up to the surgeon next time. So I hate the danglers so much. It's like just such a nuisance. So maybe having a button, I'll feel a lot better about it. Anyway, so I had mentioned before a couple products that I use, but I wanted to show you guys this Stomahesive. It's the powder that I put around the stoma, and it like sucks up a bunch of moisture. And it's really great. It keeps it really dry. It's wonderful. I'll show it to you. Ah! There we go. Focus. Oh my god, I can't get the camera to focus. It's called Stomahesive Protective Powder. So yeah, so this stuff is great. The only thing that I recommend though is you just do like a light dusting around your stoma, and it dries it all up. And before you take your, like when you go to change your gauze or whatever dressing that you put on there, I recommend soaking it with water, like using a little syringe. That's what I do, because sometimes, I mean, I do that anyway because like crustiness or like blood, you know, suddenly it's like gets stuck and adheres to the stoma, and then like when you pull it like bleeds a lot more. This stuff, because it is like this powder and you're putting moisture to it, it, you know, sticks and all that stuff. So, but it's really great. I love that. It helps me a whole lot. Another thing, like a little hack that I have, since I take my backpack on and off throughout the day, I sometimes, like, if the tubing is like tucked inside the backpack, I can't take this off and really be able to sit with it too far away from me. Not that it needs to be far away from me, but this way I can like put it here and I can at least like stretch over here and here. And it's because I use, well, this one that's on here right now is just like a standard cheap baby's toy holder thing. I don't know what you call it. Well, it's called a pacifier holder, basically. So yeah, I bought a baby's pacifier holder. That's what I've been using to keep my tubing tied up, so that it's not on the ground, because I'm constantly stepping on it, constantly tripping on it, and constantly pulling it out of the end of my tube. So, but I got one that's really cute from an Etsy shop called By Cassie with Love, so thank you. very much. I thought these were super, super cute and adorable. And I just wanted something that was, I don't know, just a little more different, a little more, I don't know, fashionable. But yeah, I got one. It's like a marble material color. So I'm excited to use this one instead of just this plain old black one with Velcro. And this is really nice feeling. I was really excited when I saw these. You know, it's the little things that get you excited in life. Baby pacifier holders, you know, I'm 26. But yeah, this is really cute. And yeah, this is gonna work perfectly. So I would attach this part to my backpack right here. Is what I'm thinking. I'd still put it right here. And then use this, the little black string, like that. I like that. I like that a lot. I see the surgeon and the nurse practitioner again. Need a nap. I'm exhausted. So yeah, my room is not getting cleaned anytime soon. Well, anytime this weekend at least. What was I saying before that? So, yeah, I showed you guys everything I wanted to show you, at least for now. I see the surgeon again in a couple weeks, like I said, so near the end of February, and hopefully the infection will be cleared up by then. Alright? Okay. Bye! Good Tuesday morning. So I took today off work because I actually made 2 doctor appointments. Today I finally see my surgeon about my stoma, which is just more of a mess and nastier than it even was last weekend. There's just a lot of granulation tissue growing on it, and it just bleeds really easily. It's just really uncomfortable. It's hard to like bend over. It's hard to like use my abdominal muscles, and you really don't realize how much you're using those muscles until they hurt all the time because you're trying to use them. So, but also I'm seeing my GI doctor, my gastroenterologist today, because I don't know, like I just feel at a loss of what to do. Like I feel like I'm not tolerating my feeds very well because I keep having to lower my rate. You know, I'm at 40 mLs right now an hour, and so I'm not really even getting, I mean, I'm still getting around 900 or so milliliters a day, or like more of like a day and a half, because and anytime I try and eat anything by mouth, you know, pear cups, jello, applesauce, smoothies that are like homemade, you know, it all causes pain and bloating, and I don't know. And if I don't eat, which of course you really shouldn't do anyway, I get really nauseated because I am so hungry. It's insane. Like I'm starving, and yet there's all these foods around me, and so anyway, I'll update you guys once I get back after those appointments. Hopefully they go well. You know, we'll see. We'll see what they say. Hopefully they actually do something.